when I went to walk Gracie, I was making I was having to pull Gracie to get her to walk faster instead of her pulling me. Normally she pulls me. So let's look at homework, okay? Now, where do you put your resource? At the beginning or at the end? It should be at the end, not the beginning, okay? And your citation. When you put the, let me go to the whiteboard. You had that. Paste, you had that. I'm just going to put this here. It's not the full thing. Now, what you needed to do, okay, was underline the article. You did not do that. Okay. Now, this is something that you forgot to add. Okay. It was you forgot to put that there. And I had that in the chat. You forgot YouTube. You forgot that. So what do you need to do right now with that, my friend? Put it in there. And then you forgot the web address. And when I have provided you pieces of that, the source, then I expect the whole thing. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm just going to be, because I'm not going to bring it up. So I expect you to kind of, you have your article, your homework in front of you. You should have, because you just made corrections to the source, correct? I think the parents' reaction was good. They were good parenting on the girl. She tried her best. Okay. Now, did you put anything there about how the girl was given an F? No. So do the readers understand what you're talking about? Or are they lost? No, they're lost because they don't know what you're talking about. You could have put something like the parents' reaction was good when the girl got a bad grade. Okay? So that the readers know what's going on. Okay? And did you put the girl's reaction that she was crying about it? No. So as far as people know that the girl could be, I don't care if I get enough. I don't care. And there's kids who don't care if they get enough or not. When you got a bad grade in middle school, did you really care? Then why didn't you turn in homework? Or did you know that you were going to get passed regardless? Okay, so did you really care about grades? Did mom do anything about bad grades? No. Her solution was having you come, having be homeschooling, and I'm teaching you. That was her solution to you not really learning anything in middle school. But with those bad grades, did you learn anything in middle school? No. Have you learned a lot since you've been homeschooled? Yes or no? Yeah, you've learned a lot. Okay. So those were some details that you probably needed to put, okay? She was comforted by her cat. Did you put in the citation to the source? No. That should have been there because that was a detail directly from the video. Do you see where she was comforted by the cat? Okay. So you should be putting up and I put 25 instead of 24 in the chat. So that's what should be in the citation right there after she was comforted by her cat. That should be there. It's in the chat. Put that there now. Okay, now when she was comforted by her cats, and then your citation because pets provide comfort. The girl still had to go back to school. Once again, you need to cite the source. So put that right after having back to school. some lights. Okay. Now, what do you see me doing here? You see where you see what I circled. Where are the tails? Below the line. Okay? Because when you put the P with the tail up above the line, it's capital. Uppercase and lowercase p are made exactly the same. It's where you put the tail. The capital P has no tail. Do you see where every time you wrote parrot and pets, it's capitalized? Because you didn't put the tail below the line. And every time you wrote a lowercase g, you made it like this. The tail should be below the line. Okay? If you have problem with that, what should you do? You could ask for help, or you could do it on the computer. Because when you're typing, do you have to worry about the tails? No. Because when you're typing, you have to hit the shift. You have to hit the shift for capital. See? And here is that baseline. The computer automatically puts it below the baseline, doesn't it? Yeah. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay? Okay. So we're going to write, you gave me 2 different videos, didn't you? One was bad parenting, the other one, that video where the kids run away. Was that good parenting or bad parenting? Yes, because those kids wouldn't have been doing that unless they had been purposely invested in that. So we're going to write a paragraph comparing those 2 videos. Okay? Okay? So we're going to have to cite the sources. Hold on, let me see if I have the sources. Yes, I do. Okay. So, I'm going to the whiteboard. Now, this is going to be an opinion paragraph. Okay? So, let's start with an opinion. What can we say? What were the videos about? The videos what? Showed what? Show differences in what? What? So what was your opinion of the first video? Parents were what doing? Because the kids' behavior, it goes back to the parents. If the parents are not being in control, are the kids in control? Yes. Which means their behavior is out of control. The kids get away with things when the parents are in control. Does your mom let you and Joshua get away with things? So who is in control? Yes. In class, do I let you get away with bad behavior? No. So I'm in control. When you try to take control, what do? Yeah. There's some days when you've gotten 0 stars because you weren't focused. You were out of control, right? And then what did I do? I let mom know, right? Okay, so the video showed the differences in what? In the what? Kids are the kids and what? And who else? Kids and what? Okay. There is your topic sentence. So let's do our pre-rate. Okay. So what is one difference? What did the kids do? Did the kids take responsibility or not? So the Beast family, kids not take for behavior, right? But in the and we're that's going to need to be cited. We go back to parent. So here, the citation would be Beast 2020. Okay. So what was the girl's reaction in the second video? What was her reaction? Was she happy or what? What's the name of that video? The girl cries because the mean teacher gave her an F. Okay, so why is the girl crying? Are grades important, my friend? Yes, they are. They show you that you're making progress. And when you make an F, what does that do to your grades? Brings it up or brings it down? Brings it down. So the girl was what? Grade, right? And once again, this will need to be cited. She knows what? Grades are what? Grades are what? Don't mean anything? Or what? Are grades bad or important? Hey, there you go. How did the parents react to their behavior? This, okay. So this would be hmm. This would be point 1. Here is point 2. Okay. So what would be a point? What did the parents do in the Beast family? What happened in the Beast family? They broke the TV, but what was the parents? What was their reaction? How did they react? How did they react? They were mad, but when I'm mad, what do I do? Do I yell at you? Do I yell at you? Or does my voice go down? Okay. And do you really listen to yelling? Or do you pay more attention to when my voice goes down? Okay. So when you're being yelled at, what do you tend to do? No, when you're being yelled at, what do you tend to do? You shut down, right? You shut down. You don't look at people. So did those kids look at the parents? The parents reacted by what? By Yelling, what else? And what, did they spank? Or did mom have a belt? What did mom do? What did the kids run? What was the consequences? I probably spanking, right? And what are we going to have to do here? Cite the source. Okay. You have to cite those sources, right? And what happened in the other video? The girl's parents did what? What did they do? Did they yell at her? Let her avoid it? What did they do? No. Watch that video on your phone. Watch that video on your phone. They did not yell at her. Would they have, if they yelled at her, that cat would that cat have stayed? No. Cats hate being yelled, that hate yelling. It scares them. The cat wouldn't have stayed around to comfort the girl. So the girl's parents did what? They comfort her, right? Did they yell at her and tell her the cat was no good? Quit hugging the cat? Right? They did that. And once again, we need to cite it. Okay. Now, are you copying this as we're doing this, my friend? You better be. Here is your third point. What would be a third point? Did the Beast family provide any follow-up? Because when you try to take control of my class, what do? Do I talk, just let you get away with it? Or do I talk to you about what you did wrong? Okay, so there was follow-up. So did the Beast family follow up on that bad behavior? Did they explain what they did wrong? Oh, not explain what kids did wrong. And once again, what are we going to have to do? What do we have to do? Yeah, we have to cite the source. But the bad grade parents, what did they do? They come for school, or did they make her go back to school? And what are we going to need to do? That's right. Now, where is your sources going to need to be put at? Proper citation of sources. I'm going to put notation, okay? In what? ABC order. So which one would come first? The beast family or the shiitake mushroom? Yes. Now, what did we not put in this paragraph? Yes. Who's going to have to do the conclusion? Mm-hmm. Edit paper. You see that, my friend? So what is homework? Am I asking you to write an entire opinion essay or just a paragraph? A paragraph. You see how we're taking details from those videos and using them to support our opinion? If you here you could even put something like these family parents are not in control and overreacted, didn't they? No, hold on. Are not in control. So kids are what? So kids what? If the parents are not in control, what did the kids do? And you can see where we have our information, but we also put in your opinion, right? So on this one, the Beast family, what? Parents were what? What did they do? Their reaction was what? The Beast family parents reacted what? Were they in control or were they out of control and overreacted? Here, the bad grade parents did what? Had the girl do what? Had to what? For task, right? She had to take responsibility for the task, didn't she? And what you can see here is this right here. Hold on. This right here. This right here. And this right here are your opinion. You see that? Now, my friend, what do you think I just did? What did it send you an email of? The pre-write. Okay. And the citations are already there. You see that? So you don't even have to come up with where to write the citations, do you? I did it for you. Okay. Okay. Because we started a little late, I'm not going real in depth for it. Am I looking for an entire essay or a paragraph? Is that paragraph going to be short or is it going to be longer? It's going to be longer. It's probably going to be about a page. And I gave you two possible ways to send it to me or to write it, didn't I? You can write it online on the word processor, or you can do it on paper. If you do it on paper, what do you need to watch? You need to underline titles of articles. Because you have been citing sources long enough to know when to underline. Now, if you're doing it online, do you need to underline? Yes, you can, but you can also write it italics. Okay. You need to copy that down. Because you have not been underlining video names. You understand? I'm sorry. I understand that. I'm glad. But I'm letting you know you haven't been doing this. Okay. Do you need to underline YouTube? No, because YouTube is the publisher. That is the platform. Okay. And when I put in web address, what do you put? You will need to put in the video addresses for each one of those, won't you? Yeah. Okay. So how have you been doing? Have you been doing good or have you been doing bad? Have you been maybe messing up on some things? Are your other classes going okay or are you finding them difficult? They're okay? What classes are you taking? I'm sorry? Literacy? So you're taking a reading class. That's a reading class. I'm sorry? What kind of mathematics are you taking? Is it algebra 1 or algebra 2? Awesome. How are you finding algebra? I'm sorry? Are you finding it difficult or is it okay? It's okay? You're not finding it really interesting? Or is it part of it a challenge? Do you have anybody helping you if you need it? Who's helping you? Okay. Okay. And what am I doing right now? I'm just trying to get you to communicate about your life, right? I'm just trying to help you to express your ideas. Because the more you talk about something, the worse it is, or the better you know it. And the more you can talk about it, the easier it is to talk about it. Which one? Which one? Which one? Do you like writing or reading? I'm sorry, writing or math more? Why? You like numbers, or is there numbers is more concrete, isn't it? Communicating is hard, isn't it? Communicating is hard. Yes, it is. That's what you have to work on it. When we first started, when I first had you in class, do you remember the kind of class it was? It was public speaking. Did you do a lot of talking that time? No. Was I real upset with you? No. As long as you were trying. And do you think that you were more outgoing when we first started having class, or are you more outgoing now? Because communication is what? Harder or easier? And why is it easier? Because I have made you do what? What have I made you do? What have I made you do? What have I made you do, my friend? Talk things out, right? I have made you communicate with me. I have made you communicate with me. The more you communicate, the easier it gets or the harder it gets. The easier it gets. So if you had not been communicating with me as a friend, would you have found finding friends as easy in camp or harder? You would have found it harder. Okay? And part of my goal for you is to do what? Help with communication, right? Okay. And what is your homework? See if you can communicate it to me. Tell me what your homework is. What? What is homework? What is homework? About what? What kind of paragraph? About what? About what? The weather? Whether you want cats or dogs or monkeys? What is the paragraph about, my friend? What are you using for sources, my friend? videos. Okay. Videos. Okay. I suggest you really take some time to do this paragraph because I have plans for this paragraph. If you don't complete the entire paragraph, you're going to be sorry. I guarantee it. You understand? And so, am I asking you to do a lot of difficult things, or am I already giving you the framework? Yes. Okay, my friend? Look at me. Got you. Ah, you're not gonna. Hey, hey. Okay, my friend. I'm gonna let you go a little early today, okay? Because I know you still have class. This paragraph is going to be a lot of work, okay? And I expect you to edit it. Do you understand me? Because if you had somebody edit that paragraph that you just turned in, they would have looked at some of that stuff about the P's and the G's. They would have let you know that. Okay? Okay? Blessings, my friend. I'll see you Friday.